theory, we may be live. Who knows? Let's find out. And I can't tell on this screen because I got commercials. Very scary. It is very scary when the first thing you see is Danny DeVito's face. Up close. But in theory, we should be live. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello. I love you. Won't you tell me your name?
Is that subtle for when we're actually in business here?
Yeah, we're actually in business.
Sweet. It's Jack Wonder. Hello, Jack Wonder.
Hi, Jack. How you doing? All right.
Hey, Jack, can you hear both of us?
I hope you can hear both of us. I can't. I don't have volume on here because I'll leak through my mic and it'll drive me crazy.
That's okay. I'm just seeing if he can hear me.
I should be able to hear you. Like I said, on my cloud point, I can actually hear volume, so we're good.
Mar Hawkman, can you hear me? Jack is good. That is good, Jack. Yay. Okay. Yes. Mar Hawkman has confirmed that we are audible.
All right. We should. Now it is time for me to take us to We Are Going to Be Live. And now we are in the live channel.
Even better.
Even better.
I'll fix my mic here so I'm not so... I was listening to myself, which is never a good thing. Never listen to yourself.
I'm still getting over a cold, so there's going to be some coughing here and there. I admit that. And I found out something. The dog really does not like it when I cough. When I'm laying down and I get in a coughing fit, she runs out of the bed and goes sleep somewhere else.
I'm out of dogs at the moment. That's... Nope, there's one right there.
Yeah.
Rental dog behind me.
Yay! Jazz hands. Yay! Well, now we're going to try something a little different today. We have set up
something completely different.
3 screens. 3 screens. 3 screens. 3. Why did I set up 3 screens for this? I really have no idea. I know why, because I have this one in the one room where I'm going to eventually do kind of a little work area, and it's sort of like going, I don't have any room for this in here, but I might have room on the big desk. Let's try it out there. Anyway, today we do have the Universal of Nukara, Transdimensional Tactics.
Ooh. Oh no, however shall we do that? It's not kill the captain, it's just transdimensional, right?
Right, it's just transdimensional. Sorry about that. Like I said, I'm getting over... It's not even a cold, it's kind of this little respiratory bug that's been going around. How do I know? Because like about 4 of the people in one of the places I work have had it before I did, and that kind of made me go yesterday, "You gave this to me! I will have my revenge for that later."
Everybody came back from our latest sales trip in one piece and healthy, except the people who are in Turkey, where they're having the earthquakes.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. Anyway.
Nope. Nobody. Well, if need be, I can pull both of my tunes to join the transdimensional tactics, which is always fun.
Yeah, I can multi-screen this, I think. I don't know how...
I have a sneaky suspicion people will want to join in because nobody really loves it.
Yeah. I also go to the lower decks uniform that last time I was here, everybody helped me decide I need to put together for this character.
So much joining in.
I hear a voice, but it's very quiet.
Yeah, I can't do much for him. He just speaks quietly. Oh, Mom, did you see
I was kind of mumbling.
Did you see the warden that I told you about?
No, I didn't. I was trying to pay attention, but we
got
going.
Okay. You know what? Before we go too far, are you on a Fed or a KDF?
I'm currently on a KDF, but I can switch.
I can switch. Easy enough.
Oh, that's fine. It's Brock. I can switch to somebody who has some skills. So you want to run this one?
Yeah.
Okay, let me grab somebody who's got some skill level.
I mean, I did mine this morning, but I will point out. I will point out where he is because I found where I've seen the warden beam out.
I have got Kathja
Hmm.
J for the Gem Hadar.
Fedaline Jimmy, I guess. I don't see you on my list anymore. Yes. Well, I guess I haven't seen you log back on.
Well, one thing I've observed is that there are certain rooms where there are NPCs
There you are.
that you don't need to kill to progress the mission, and are off in like some little like rooms where you can't get to those rooms.
I'm not worried about it, but no.
Interesting.
Warden Singh actually, besides a little screen of "I'll kill you for it," no, he actually appears in the mission. You can't get him, mind you, but you can't. But he does appear in the mission.
Where?
First room, upper level.
It says our views are low. Yeah, our views are low. We're small. We're a little teeny tiny place. Go bring us viewers.
Yes,
We'll
go
put you in
forth.
charge.
Bring us viewers. We need more people.
Also, we only have 3 people in this particular group so far.
Yeah, this is true. And you're going to hear me type because Mike's near my keyboard right now, so deal with it. That's what I get for the clicky keyboard.
Keyboards are good,
Yes.
but you're not very clicky, so not to worry.
Well, we
Let's
know
face
when
it.
this goes, I'll start banging on things pretty hard, but that's...
Whack, 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 whack.
Yeah, the
See.
one I'm currently using actually is very, very quiet keys because it's one of those where it's very thin profile. So the keys don't actually move all that much when you press them.
That's interesting.
Mom, see me, my pimped out custom keyboard. Who wants to see my pimped out custom keyboard while we're here?
I'll show it. You want to show it, you know you do.
Yeah, my pimped out custom keyboard. Glowy keycaps, the whole 9 yards.
So shiny.
Yes. It is, of course.
It is shiny.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Give me a few minutes to get logged in. I'm up here at the job, so I'm getting my mobile hotspot and all that locked in.
No worries.
Birdcage and/or transdimensional tactics, I guess.
Or both. Did I tell you it's
Nukara.
It's Nukara, but here.
I mean, also you can't do transdimensional tactics by actually going to Nukara at the moment, anyways.
That's no. Okay, yes, but if you can't go there and pick it up there.
Well, I mean, it used to be that you would just like walk up to the door on Nukara, actually, or just like walk through the door and didn't actually queue you or something like
Oh,
that. I
yeah,
don't know.
you're right.
That was a long time ago.
It is, but I remember that a little bit.
Yeah, it used to be a passageway you could access to get into the queue to do it.
Oh, the door's still there. It's just that nowadays all the door does is force you into the queue.
Oh darn! There goes trying to do it solo.
To be honest, on normal you probably could solo
Yeah.
it relatively easily.
You get enough of the right toys and a decent
Right
outfit.
the right build setup.
Yep.
An engineer with a good drone setup could tear it apart.
Like
Yeah.
the psionic crystals, for example. Just like to drop some of those at the top, and they'll take out the little annoying enemies while you focus on the big ones. Well, yeah, I mean, you have to go back to the central area periodically, anyways. Those things hit like a freight train. Of course, the downside is that you only actually have 2 or 3 of them, and it only like kills one target at a time. But boy, howdy, does it kill that target!
And I am on. Ready. Just been dismantling a couple of my ships again. Well, with me, I was trying to do a ambassador tank since it's a good ship for tanking, but I don't have a lot of the traits needed for it, so I'm having to rethink that and come up with a new idea. But there's like 3 others you also need for it to make it work better, and well, I ain't got those. So I'm trying to work. Huh?
There's a lot of tanking related traits, and you know, there's the ones people like more than others, but then there's the secondary, somewhat less desirable ones that are possibly easier to come by. No.
Yeah, some of them get pretty. Some of these builds get excessively expensive. I've noticed that.
One thing
I run one of those on my Vengeance. It works pretty good.
One thing I recently started tinkering with was the Emerald Chain Dreadnought and doing a surgical strikes build on it, because it actually has full intel spec. So I know, but I don't have a Vengeance, but I do have the Intel Dreadnought. So I will attempt to kill him, because this is a character that has bioessence transfer. Sounds like a challenge.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm good. Good to go.
I'm good here.
I am currently running around Defera looking for red particles because I have nothing better to do with my time.
Use your scanner, it'll point to them.
Alrighty then.
Wee woo.
Yep.
Wee woo. Well, I guess, yeah, wee woo. I got my sound turned off since you guys are on my phone.
There's not a lot of particles on Defer. There's like 5 at a time.
Oh, hello.
We have located a high priority. Yes.
Jack got to be the EA Inquisitor today.
And also has critical information.
That's wild.
That will allow us to defeat him. As a result,
It does.
we'll make our way to
It looks. It fits her the character the way I envisioned the character better than the other stuff I was using.
I think it's actually going with whoever's in slot 1 on the team, although I'm really not sure how it decides who is in which slot. Okay, so this is the room you're talking about where Warden Singh is in here somewhere? Okay. But like, you see where there's that walkway above the hallway, though.
Hi, Maple Bar Boss.
3, 5, 4.
Wait a second. That's the Inquisitor.
We've been named. Time to go in loud.
Why have how somehow I ended up with you?
The doors will be locked throughout the prison.
Yep.
Use the override code.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Okay.
Risky, yet unexpectedly fortunate. Wake Gemini Squad.
Yeah, I can't even hit him as an NPC.
The door code should bring that force field down as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I can't find a hole in that glass barrier.
This door will take us towards C, general population. Watch out.
It's an interesting addition to the to the situation and all that. But of course, us being us, we want to blow them up.
Once we get this door open, get ready for a fight. Watch your corners and the upper levels. Target's force field control to drop the field.
Hi, welcome to the Science Army. I like making new friends.
Yeah. The assimilators.
Well,
back.
that's an interesting thing. I'd never tried that in Birdcage before.
What, assimilating?
No, let me finish. I wasn't talking about assimilating. I tried using folded subspace teleporter to bypass that shield wall that you can shoot through.
Yeah.
You can't teleport through it.
Oh, that's a nice catch on their part.
Computers will switch over to auxiliary power, but the force fields will.
Let's see, Maple Bar Boss says, I would like to see a TTRPG of Star Trek set in OTS with a triple war pet. Yep, triple war pets. I like that concept.
I still wish I had my old TOS Star Trek RPG book.
TNG, but not.
Yeah,
TOS.
about almost 15, 16 years ago, they had the Star Trek stuff separated into 2 parts. Both of them their own source books and their own, thing. And one was Huh?
I need you to cover me.
This was this was after
I
that.
need you ready to.
It was one of the companies that picked it up after FASA went under. Huh? Yeah.
You got 5 prisoners.
Oh, this is fun. I am basically fighting the entire army on the lower level. Oh boy,
Yeah, but you like it that way.
there is a lot of those guys.
You'll be fine.
Override the security lockdown on that console.
I mean, I wasn't really worried about whether I was going to be fine. It's just it takes a little while to murder all of them. The fun thing about this one is that they actually made it so players can't walk through those doors.
Ah.
I've been locked out again. Get on that console to override.
Yeah, it seems to be a barrier that's specific to player characters.
Anything else we need on the top floor?
I've been
We
locked
don't
out
up here.
again. Get on that console.
Push the button on the bottom floor.
Push the button.
That did it.
Yeah, that button.
Almost there.
Anyways. See if there's any more guys to murder.
The Klingon Empire has used Borg technology to subjugate the greatest enemy, the Tribble, to become troublesome for their enemies. War Tribbles will disable the enemy shields and ground weapons to force the cowards to face their Klingons in battle. Kipla.
Where'd this come from?
Got it. She's in Ward
Where'd
D.
what come from?
Isolation. Let's go. They might be onto us. Be prepared for anything.
Tribbles come complete with mini batleth shoulder pads and Borg eye laser. Yeah. Oh, I know what we need to make for the next convention.
Big gun.
In my infinite spare time, I can deal with that. Yep. That was a lot harder. I still have the dinos.
Oh yeah. Did you notice how when we came in here there were NPCs up above us in that area? I've actually seen certain attacks chain up to that area.
Yes.
I wonder if I can use folded subspace transporter to get up onto the second floor that those NPCs attack us from in this next area. Sounds fun.
7. Got an 8th. Two more.
All right, we guess what's the
Got the last one.
Okay.
That's her cell. Let's get it
Okay.
open and get her out of here. Dr. Crusher,
And
let's go.
Have a change of heart, Inquisitor? It's not like you to commit treason. Get me to data storage in Ward E, and I'll do the rest.
Emperors change, but my loyalty to the Empire does not. Is that absolutely necessary, Doctor?
Oh yeah, that's actually a multicolor one too.
Yes, 4 colors in it.
Yeah, it's weird because when I got mine, it basically was black with the red streaks, and I kind of like that.
More exocomps beaming in.
Contact, right!
You're not so tough now that we're up close and personal.
I think one of my friends has personally questioned is how does the what's it called again? Seismic agitation field work in areas like this?
It does what you would expect it would do. Yeah.
There's the main database console. Inquisitor, you're with me.
Main database.
Avon calling.
Extend the bridges to the data storage vaults. I'll call out when the data fragments are. Once you acquire it,
I did it!
back to me.
Hey, to check, I did actually manage to use folded subspace teleporter to get up on the second floor.
First data set.
Well, I got one of the secret ones.
Hit Data Vault 3. Data Vault 1.
These guards don't aggro you if you're up here. I just shot the guy in the back of the head 3 times, and he didn't even look at me.
Yeah, you shot him in the back of the head.
Do it again.
Wow. Picked up 3 of them so far for the extras.
Okay, so some of them are aggroing me now. Huh.
They're slow to anger, but when they do. Yeah, we got 66. All right, Beverly, who's next?
First data set complete. Here's the second set.
Man, the secondary on this pistol one-shots people if you hit them in the back of the head with it.
Pick data vault 3.
What pistol is
1,
it?
2, and 3. Wow, that was exciting. Is that flanking damage, or are you just happy to see me?
Well, it's also the Discovery mining laser thing.
You've collected a data
You know, the one that does fire damage instead of normal energy weapons.
Fair enough.
All right, Beverly, we got that one. Well, almost have that one. We're missing one.
People,
Hello, hello. How are you, Frost?
I'm still having fun being on the second floor and just like completely spawn camping these guards.
what did the guards ever do to you?
Second data set complete.
I mean,
I can see
Here's
up
the
there.
last of them. Data vault 1.
1,
Data vault 4.
4,
Go. Data
I got
vault
4.
2. Now.
and 2.
You know, you figure it wouldn't be a difficult task, but when you're trying to convince a child that says they're starving to eat the food in front of them, it shouldn't be so ungodly hard.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yep, yep.
said, "I'm hungry, Daddy. Give me food." Oh, no, not that food. I don't like that food.
This is exactly what they asked for, though.
Yeah, but that was then.
Okay, that's not bad.
Data fragments received.
And this is why
I'm going to have to send Kale a picture of that. That was Bud.
One last thing, and done.
What? What have you done?
No. Indeed.
Why, Warden Singh? We cross.
Oh yes, we're
I'll have to party
going to have to work on that.
Sounds awful suspicious to me.
Backups,
Us doing suspicious things? Never.
brother of the Emperor
Never,
or not.
ever,
I'll
ever.
Never.
kill you for this.
Was kissing out the warden.
You can try, but
Oh, it was very necessary. Trust me.
Well, not with that
I
attitude.
see. He does have a certain notoriety, even from his family.
You know, it's incredibly difficult to see the enemy we're shooting while people are doing goddamn. Freaking hate this stupid dancing thing.
Stupid
Like
dancing,
thing.
The you know, the thing where it forces everybody to dance in your area. BS.
Party amplified. Yeah. You can buy a thing that makes you immune.
Yeah, but you don't figure you're gonna take those on goddamn
Not
TFOs.
so fast, terrorist.
Somebody's making you
I-
dance on the
Well,
TFO.
we've had
Be right
Yes.
back, guys. I gotta.
Believe it or not, there is actually a duty officer that you can use that gives you a dodge buff for using those.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of the Rycians.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'll knock it down.
Yo, Lieutenant Johnson,
but we
get stabbed
want-
in the face.
We want power armor. That would be amazing.
Fucking idiot. Sorry about that. Some guy in a truck, 18-wheeler, damn near took my front end off.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, I was set up at the. God, now I'm lost. Now I'm turned around. Give me a moment. I was set up up here at the location, for my job. Guy came in. He had plenty of time to turn, but he didn't, and almost hit the wall, and then down near his swung out so wide he almost clipped the front end of my car.
Lovely.
Sorry about that. It was like it kind of
Yeah,
caught
it's
me
okay.
off guard that it happened.
That really looks like Space Marines power armor. I'm looking at them right here. I mean, it does look Space
Or
Marines.
does he?
Yeah, there's that
I think this is a one of those things where they cobbled together something using pieces of just like several different
Tough
things.
Oh, of course.
prisoner. He lied on the floor to prove how tough he is.
WC says, we've seen enough away missions that are really infiltration missions to know that being good at confidence tricks is an essential part of being in Starfleet. But the most
Okay,
ethical way
what the heck
possible,
is
of
going
course.
on with this
Trust me,
freaking?
we're here from Starfleet. We're here to help. Yeah.
I just
Can't do any
noticed something
damage to
dumb.
this prisoner.
A fleet mark package appears in the rewards for Birdcage
Oh.
twice.
Yes. No, there's two of them that appear twice.
Oh yeah, Terran Marks, I guess, is
Uh-huh.
in there twice too.
Yeah. I think it comes up in Patrol as well.
Well, so it's like originally weren't they just fleet marks
How
and
is
Terran
it they can
marks?
shoot me, but I can't shoot them?
No, there was 3 typos, I thought, originally.
Oh, friggin' frustrating, man.
Week from tonight, everybody, are we going to do a Picard watch party? Okay.
I should be able to also.
I realize
Hmm.
it's kind of silent watch. You have to watch it, and we can just all sit here and share the "ooh, oh no, yes, ah, great line" type comments.
I'm kind of curious.
I.
Oh, the one that needed you to complete the elite TFOs back before, you
Yep.
know, the real elite TFOs. The ones that were actually genuinely hard and you could fail them if you screwed them up.
Don't remind me, please. Do not remind me.
Hey, does anybody know if they're doing a Phoenix prize pack event?
Actually, there is one currently running on
No.
console.
Oh, that would be it. Okay. Somebody had put it in the fleet messages, so I've been checking, and I hadn't seen anything about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, they accidentally linked it. They accidentally put it on a PC link.
Ah.
Yeah, it's like I got a notification like, oh, this is for console. Okay, well, I don't play console, but nice to know anyways, I guess. I'm sure.
Give me a
I'm here.
I need it, but I'm in the middle of a thing, so I mean, I'm sad. Well, I'm
Please
doing.
elaborate.
I'm doing the birdcage.
Oh,
I'm in the first area where we rescue freaking Crushers, so 10 minutes, maybe. You guys are doing your things.
I
No
mean,
rush.
realistically, with most of the transdimensional tactics runs I've done, 10 minutes is more than enough to do a second run.
Yeah, I've got enough tunes to do it. Yes. Ooh, goody. Hey, WC, it's really interesting to go back and watch that one again. There are things that have become parts of our culture from a kind of POC movie.
What movie?
Starship Troopers.
Yeah,
That's a
and
highly.
it's a good movie, and it's actually a good movie too. Just underappreciated.
It is.
But it's got Casper Van Diem in it.
Yeah, really.
Anybody with the name Casper.
I'm on Roxanne. Oh, hold on. I'm on KDF. That's why. Hang on.
Casper's
Sorry.
not a name
Forgot.
that anybody should have like on purpose.
It's got DT's girlfriend in it too, though.
Who's DT's girlfriend?
What's her name, DT? The woman who was in the great picture with you. Yeah.
Huh?
Dina Meyer.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, the person who played Toreth in Insurrection, or not Insurrection, but Nemesis. Oh, okay. Well, actually, what I said was Torath, but
But she was Dinatra.
okay.
Why are you not freaking moving? People.
Well, you got cookies.
Cookies.
And the cookies.
Lava, obviously.
You know, smoke sounds like a really good thing to have, but when you can't see anything either going through it, it's not a great thing.
Excuse me.
Zia says, me not like round, me die lots.
Be good.
We can keep you alive.
I can switch back out to my old doctor kit from way back in the day.
I mean, I could just have my character spam nanite health monitor on you. That usually helps quite a lot with survival.
Triage, nanite health monitor, and a couple of others. No one's dying on my watch.
Because
Ooh, that's a good build. That's a good build idea right there.
I have a vampire.
I mean,
Yes.
it's like the more modern version of like sucking out their life essence instead of actually drinking their
Ooh, Life
blood.
Force. Let's go watch Life Force.
Like a chi vampire sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
It probably is, yeah.
No one
That's
told me
probably
it was going to be
there's probably one
homework.
of the streaming sites that's got it.
No one told me there was
2B,
going to be homework.
Freebie, any of them.
Surprise homework is best homework.
No, it is not.
Yeah, I was just going to look it up on Prime. I've got it if anybody wants my copy of it.
No.
Really? Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Life Force is also on Tubi.
Oh, there you go.
I've never heard of this. Never heard of this movie before.
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart.
I've never seen it.
There
Oh,
are some
so
really
bad.
I've
old.
never seen it. It doesn't exist.
There's a lot of sci-fi movies that are just fundamentally extremely weird and not part of major IPs that were actually genuinely good movies.
This is not one of them.
Because the British are just very weird where some things are concerned.
Who's the lead astronaut?
Lead.
His name.
That's the character's name.
Oh, the actor's name.
The actor's name.
He was starting to make a name for himself. Yeah, Steve Railsback.
One of my personal favorite sci-fi movies ever is called Oblivion.
That sounds really familiar.
I've seen Oblivion.
The space western, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's one that's surprisingly hard to find nowadays because the fact that
I'm at the boss.
It's by Full Moon Entertainment, which isn't one of the, big Hollywood studios.
They're the ones that put out the B movies, but they actually put out halfway decent B movies.
Yeah, it's like they're not trying to make bad movies. They're just making movies on a relatively low budget.
Is this the Tom Cruise one?
Yes.
No.
Oh,
that's the one I know.
Oblivion actually has. It's like the 80s or 90s.
okay, so it's an older one.
Had some of the people from Star Trek TOS in it, actually.
Okay, give me a second here. See,
Like
there's technically two movies
The guy
called
who played
Oblivion.
Well, yeah, it's
They're
like it actually had a sequel.
Movie's called Oblivion.
Yeah, it had two of them.
How about 1994? With,
yep, that's it. And
oh,
Decay was in it.
It's a story by Peter David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, it's what I was saying about. It's like Full Moon Entertainment didn't, make an effort to make bad movies. They just made them low budget.
Yeah, let's see. It had Meg Foster in it, George Takei.
Yeah, Meg Foster is in it as a cyborg, a RoboCop-style cyborg.
I want to say that I've seen this on MST3K or
I've seen it. I saw it on HBO one time, and then later on Sci-Fi several years later.
I actually saw it on TBS back in the 90s, the first time.
Hey, wait, man! It might be on. It might be on Paramount, guys. It might be on Paramount Plus.
I'm done.
So something from Full Moon Entertainment on Paramount Plus. Channel? I don't think so.
Ooh, Isaac Hayes, Carol Struyken.
Oh yeah, he plays the Undertaker.
That makes sense.
Oh, the Undertaker's just awesome.
Yeah,
he can sense when death happens.
Peter David's actually in it too, as Cowhand.
Yeah, he's basically like a cameo appearance.
Yeah, just like a random dude just standing around as part of a scene that's not really important. I mean, it's a space western, so obviously it has fights.
Yeah, and he plays a drunk doctor.
One of the most memorable things about the movie is they actually have a scene in the movie where you have the character who's like a RoboCop-style cyborg getting worked on by George Takei's doctor, and they actually somehow make it look good with whatever prosthetics budget they had for this movie.
And Takei actually says Bones' famous quote.
What?
Damn it, I'm a doctor!
Excellent.
Yeah, because he's not actually trained on how to do cyborgs like that.
Advanced.
Yeah, definitely at least advanced.
I'm good with advanced. I'm set for that.
Yep, wee woo.
Wee woo.
I got a wee woo.
I love this Discovery armor I got.
I can hear DT. Can everybody hear DT okay?
Yeah.
I can.
Okay.
Sorry.
I have to say, if this optional what was so something that was failable, this mission would be nearly impossible.
Oh, everybody hits the
It was me.
Well, fine. I'm going to plan the acid then. Yeah. Can't hurt me now. Where'd he go?
How did he get yeeted like that?
Because.
Because of the wonderful things he does.
Dante says they can barely hear me, DT. Maybe I should talk louder.
Roxy, the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Oh, here he is. He's back up here.
Yeah, well, apparently we just put him in the wall, halfway in the wall.
Really hard.
Well, I'm back inside the wall. Sure.
We actually dropped his HP to 0 that time. In phase 2. Oh boy, this will be
We're
fun.
good. We're good at our jobs. Don't let anyone kid you.
What can I say? We're good at killing things.
Yep. Put me in the acid, my butt. Yes, add a little volcano to it here because it's not already enough of a hell planet.
What hit me?
A lot.
Luke's dead.
Somebody throw a shoe at it. Make sure he's dead.
I mean, I already stabbed him.
Fair enough. Works for me. Well, they're made of crystal. What do you expect? Well played.
I feel so ignored.
I mean,
can't.
Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier about the whole like time thing. It's like, oh, you want us to wait 10 minutes? I mean, we could just do it twice and have you come along the second time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's so fun to talk to people that actually know stuff, that actually like the same stuff I like. It's real fun.
That's why we're all here. You might not have seen 2009's Moon, a British science fiction film which was very interesting and quite good for its budget, small cast, and directorial debut. Let's see what we've got here.
Which movie?
Moon. Let's see what we got here. Astronaut Sam Bell has a quintessentially personal encounter toward the end of his 3-year stint on the moon, where he, working alongside his computer, Gertie, sends back to Earth parcels of a resource that has helped diminish our planet's power problems. That's the description. Sam Rockwell. Kevin Spacey is the voice of Gertie.
Something to look into later. Sounds interesting.
Sam Bell has a 3-year contract to work for Lunar Industries. For the contract's entire duration, he is the sole employee based at their lunar station. His primary job responsibility is to harvest and periodically rocket back to Earth supplies of helium-3, the current clean and abundant fuel used on Earth. There's no direct communication link available between Lunar Station and Earth, so his only direct real-time interaction is with Gertie, the intelligent computer whose function is to attend to his day-to-day needs. With such little human contact and all of it indirect, he feels that 3 years is far too long to be isolated. He knows that he is beginning to hallucinate as the end of his 3 years approaches. All he wants is to return to Earth to be with his wife Tess and their infant daughter Eve, who was born just prior to his leaving for this job. With 2 weeks to go, he gets into an accident at one of the mechanical harvesters and is rendered unconscious. Injured, he awakens back at the station in the infirmary, he assumes assisted by Gertie. Gertie tells him that a rescue team named Eliza will come to the station to clean up the aftermath of the accident. After his recuperation, he takes an unauthorized trip back to the broken harvester, where he makes an unexpected discovery. Because of his find, he begins to doubt his sanity, then his true identity, then the company and Gertie's willingness to do what is best for him. Because of his resulting beliefs, his sole mission becomes how to get back to Earth on his own. Yes, he is.
I can't do that, Dave.
Is this a movie where the surprise plot twist is that the guy's really a clone?
That's not a surprise. That was my guess as soon as I read that description. But yes.
Okay, surprise.
Or an android. Or an android.
Yeah, exactly. He is not himself. And let's see. So they've implanted false memories. He's not really married, and he doesn't have a daughter. And all they do is kind of clean his memory up and stick him there for another 3 years.
Wow.
That's my thought. I have no idea.
Actually, it makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Take over the world.
Same thing we do every night, Pinky.
God, I love that show.
Enough.
Narf!
And made Pinky and the Brain tunes to go out and do all the episodes as Pinky and the Brain.
That was funny.
Mm-hmm. Next is Invader Zim, after we're done with the ones we're doing right now.
Invader Zim.
Invader Zim. I love Invader Zim. I made waffles. These got soap and peanuts in them.
Yeah, that's not a TV show I'm actually familiar with.
It's niche. John Delancey did a voice in it.
So it's like there's several TV shows where I'm partially familiar with them due to having seen memes based on them.
We would have Invader Zim parties at my martial arts school. And we'd set up the kids with popcorn and drinks and run Invader Zim, and the parents would play Cards Against Humanity. Silently.
How does that work? Silently?
Yeah, that's kind of hard to believe right there.
We had to be really careful because the kids would come over to get more popcorn. And we'd be like, "What's so funny, Mom?" "Oh, nothing. Miss K just told us a joke." "Can I hear the joke?" "Sure." As I quickly dream up a joke. And then it
That
usually
wasn't
be,
funny,
"Sure.
Mommy."
Would you like some popcorn?" "Oh, yeah, yeah. And do you need another drink?" "Okay, yes, ma'am." But for Invader Zim Night, we decided to do waffles. To honor the waffle episode.
Waffles! I'm good for whatever. I'm just tinkering with a couple of things here.
Always a good idea.
Yeah, I got a ship I've basically been tinkering with for a while. I'm pretty sure if I ever bring it, some people going to want to strangle me for it.
Please do continue. That sounds interesting.
Basically, okay. Got a question. How off meta are you willing to go off? How far off the reservation are you willing to go when you're making a build?
Find reservation.
Farragut class
I have
cruiser,
no
right?
reservations.
Farragut class cruiser, right? Has a side torp.
That could be interesting.
The main thing about the build is one, it's strong and temporal. And if you actually look at what it's got in the way of console layout, that's when things are going to get very, very interesting in the term of let me give you a breakdown of the build. All right. The forward section is 3 torpedoes and the phaser wide angle. Of course, one of the torpedoes is the particle emission plasma torpedo and the Delphic distortion. Rear section is the gravimetric, the morphogenic polaron off of home, and the enhanced biomolecular and the morphogenic 360 weapon also from home. The Universal is Genesis. The Universal is Genesis. The Universal console, since it's I upgraded the T6X, has Genesis seed. Then we're going into the Neutronic Eddy, Delphic tear generator, constriction anchor, auxiliary ejection system. I also have an exotic field exciter there with the EPG done up to Epic and made EPG. Toss in plasma storm, entangled quantum bombardment, multi-tractor target arrays, the console from home, the morphogenic matrix controller, interphase quantum distributor for the 2-piece with the Delphic disruption torpedo, and the DPRM because DPRM.
Because DPRM. Enough said.
Were you guys watching the 10 Forward yesterday? Because I noticed a few interesting comments that were made during that, where the guy's like, oh yeah, part of the reason why this ability wasn't working the way players thought it would is that they didn't realize that the ability, when they clicked on it, would actually use their ship's crit chance as part of damage calculations, even though it doesn't tell you it does. And I'm like, wow, this is the most deep explanations of how powers work I've ever seen someone do in a 10 Forward weekly stream.
Well, now
yeah, I'm wondering how long I like this guy because he definitely has passion for the job. I'm wondering how long that's going to last.
Oh, my read on him in that regard is that he's been around long enough that he's already kind of gotten to the curmudgeonly part when it comes to dealing with the community.
I was curmudgeonly without being a developer.
I mean,
made it easier.
It comes naturally to some people, that's for sure.
Yeah, like me, my sarcasm is natural. Just ask everybody I've ever annoyed.
That's harsh.
Well, there's a reason I don't live in my hometown anymore.
Too many death threats? You threaten other people, I mean?
Oh no, I just annoyed him. I just drove him completely crazy.
Oh, that doesn't seem
Small
like
redneck town.
Oh, gosh darn it!
I didn't do it.
I always do that. Now, there it is. Well, maybe I won't. I mean, maybe I will, and you can't do anything to stop me.
We can try.
I wasn't doing anything. I didn't say a word. It's just so mean to me for no reason at all.
A likely story.
What's the reason? That's not a reason. That's an excuse. That is an excuse. You're just wrong. Be wrong in your wrongness and accept it.
You say potato, we say potato.
No, I say he's wrong, and that's where I'm going to stay. You in charge. Oh. That sounds like a...
Hey, a quick question. Have you guys been
disaster
having
impact.
any issues with the storage mission completing properly?
None here. I've already done it on more than a couple of my tunes.
Oh, I was just wondering because I was about to do a run on and for the daily, and I'm like, I'm going to have to wait until an hour after I actually finish doing the mission to actually turn it in for the daily. I was just kind of like worried if it was one of those where if you log out, that the mission resets if you don't turn it in. Okay.
Unless somebody broke something when they were doing an update.
Because I decided that I wanted to play Fujiwara effect on all of my characters just for the costume unlock.
Fair enough there. Also, it's a darn fun mission too.
Which one is?
Fujiwara effect.
Fujiwara effect.
Oh yeah, it actually is. And Mom Saves the Day, which I just think is so appropriate.
The amount of work that they put into some of the maps for this is just breathtaking.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The most entertaining thing I noticed though is that when you have that group of people in the Federation Starbase at the beginning, look at all of them and look at their faction identifier symbols. Some of them have faction identifier symbols that are just weird. I don't understand what they mean. Like when you look at a Detpot, it identifies her as House Mokai. She's the only one that's identified as House Mokai. Even right. But Jaula and Laurel don't have that logo. Okay, so I guess Jaula is the only one where you'd be like, wait, shouldn't have that? Yeah, it's just something I found strange that she's literally the only one. Oh, also, Martok has a Federation logo.
To go look at that now. Shouldn't have the logo though.
It's like you have like the like random Gorn and Nausicaan guards have the Gorn and Nausicaan logos, which okay makes perfect sense. It's the Romulan Republic delegation that has the other interesting stuff because okay the mission end one at the end of the mission where you come back to ESD and talk to everyone a second time. Certain of the faction identifier logos are actually different in that one. Like Datan. In the start mission gathering, Datan uses the Romulan Republic symbol, which you would, make sense. He uses the Romulan Star Empire one at the end of Mission Gathering.
I have
They
to say
never do that
something
in Star
because
Trek.
Dante says my voice is off. So Dante, I'm going to talk for a moment and you can see if it gets fixed there. Sorry to interrupt, but
I had
priorities.
to take my shoes off to count this high.
Yeah, I hear everybody sounds wonderful now. My output was very low,
Yeah, it is. It's very, very low.
and yours was. I don't know what I sound like to you guys.
Well, it's because you're talking to us from underneath a whole bunch of pillows.
Another
Move the
thing.
pillows, you'll be fine.
Is that what it sounds like?
Uh-huh.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Weird.
Yeah, I've got your volume maxed out.
Well, that's because I'm awesome and I can't use my real volume or else your ears would explode.
Dante,
Another
you might
thing.
want to check your Microsoft settings.
Yeah,
If you're using
Windows
MS.
will screw up your sound settings over
Big
and
time.
over again.
Windows
I-
screw
I-
up? No.
But Windows is wonderful.
Another thing that you won't notice unless you mouse over these symbols is that some of the Romulan
better?
Republic people are actually tagged as Reman Rebellion. It uses the same
Wow.
symbol as the Romulan Republic, but when you mouse over it, it has a different faction identifier label.
Does that solve the problem with me?
You sound better. You sound like you've got a cold, but you've got a cold.
It's because I've got a cold.
Oh, and the only one that actually uses the Reman logo is Obisek, because why not?
Yeah, well.
Oh yeah, also there is a small group of people who use the Alliance logo and not the Federation or the KDF logo, which of course would be Kagran, Van Zyl, and Rena.
My big question is, why the heck is Michael Burnham there?
Because Michael Burnham is a terrible character they inject everywhere where they don't have a plot point.
This is the fake Burnham that's created
Okay.
by the
Excalibians.
Okay.
I like my idea.
Which is also the reason why we have Stamets here, because he's the version that's created by
him
the
I can
mycelial
understand
stuff.
because we encounter him as the hologram of himself. So okay, fine.
Right, that got brought back to that got basically full sapiens when he was exposed to the mycelial network.
Right, so that one made
Burnham
sense.
is
He's just
Burnham's an Scabrian recreation.
Yeah, her memories are all the same up to when they jump through the gate. I mean, the
wanna know how
wormhole
they
at the end of
transfer
season
themselves
2.
across the mycelial network.
Mycelial.
Because, fungus don't use electricity; they use chemical transfer.
Shh. Hush. I'm not going to tell them.
Sorry. Yeah, they
It's
use
space
chemical
fungus.
They
Space
still use chemical
fungus.
transmission.
There's a
Another
fungus
thing
among us.
that someone else pointed out to me that's amusing is that 7 of 9 is actually standing next to the Romulan Republic delegation and not with the crew of the USS Voyager.
Yep.
That's because Seven went Fenris Ranger. Let's be honest, she doesn't.
Don't need a stinking Voyager, people.
And it's just going.
Down.
I'm pretty sure they're going to say that eventually.
Guy. It's not fair. They screwed him over every way they could.
What was that?
Stayed an ensign for 7 years.
Oh, Harry?
Yeah.
Ooh,
we love Harry.
here's a fun question. Where in the gathering is Captain Kurland standing?
I didn't even look for him.
He's actually standing next to the Dominion delegation.
Wherever Kurland's standing, it's here.
Oh, that's so true.
Kurland is standing right next to Loris and Delva.
Well, that's because Loris is stationed on DS9 after them.
Right, of course. He's the guy who deals with that whole incursion thing.
And you realize Kurland's only going to be there till and it'll never happen, but it'd be nice to dream.
I'm not feeling very good. I'm going to take some time and go lay down.
Yeah,
or something.
you go take care of yourself, Frost.
The only thing
Okay.
that's ever going to
See you
replace
later.
Kurland in the game, though,
And
is
thanks.
if they get Avery Brooks back.
Bye-bye. And ladies, have a good night. Bye.
Take care, Frost.
I don't think Avery Brooks wants to reprise the role, so
No.
that's not going to happen.
Right. And that's the only way we're getting rid of Kurland. Because you realize
The
by
closest
logic,
we have the Cisco being around is in the new Star Trek comics series, which now that I'm caught up on, it's actually kind of interesting.
Yep.
Ooh,
What the
here's
other day?
here. Did you notice that Kumarki's in the opening gathering too?
Yes.
Yes.
Guess where Kumarki's standing?
I thought she was over on the left near the Voyager people, or am I wrong about that?
She's next to the Dominion delegation.
Huh. Well,
Well,
okay.
her people are close to are in the
Or in the Alpha
the
Quadrant.
yeah, they're basically in where Voyager and all that's at. I mean, DS9 is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that there's any significance to where people stand.
No, there really isn't. But
Well, also it's like a lot of the NPCs here are literally just decorative.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this was basically put up as an all hands on deck.
Well, I mean,
Right.
like 2/3 of the NPCs don't even have names.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's like random
They're
combat
red
medic.
shirts.
They really are.
They're red shirts. They're the ones whose ships were blown up by the Terrans, not, the other, and brought back. They're the ones that ain't coming back.
Another. Oh, wait. That reminds me. One thing I noticed when I was looking at all the NPCs in here. That's something I'm not sure that players can.
we have a request.
I saw that.
Did you notice how there's two characters named Orion Matron? Did
I
you
saw
take
one,
a
but
close
not
look at the
two.
outfit they're wearing?
No.
It's a longer style of skirt than anything I remembered players having access to.
I would be happy to see longer skirts.
Well,
Or more
also
skirts.
it's one of those like split side ones where it's like hangs down in the front, hangs down the back, and has this a gap on both sides.
Okay, I know this is probably not going to be something anyone here is going to say yes to, but have you ever worn a skirt like that?
No.
They're really hard to walk in.
Hmm.
Like they get tangled around your legs. Great concept
Anyway,
doesn't
though,
actually work.
it's kind of like a cool looking costume thing, even if it's impractical in real life.
Hello. How does this sound?
I'm up for it.
Am I
Was
still
that
in a
you,
pillow?
DT, who wrote I'm up for
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Do I still sound like I'm under a pillow?
You
do.
sounding. I turned up your volume on my headset. You're sounding a little better.
Yeah.
I turned it. Probably going to come better across the stream. I'd put you up to like about 125%.
I had to wear a mini skirt and green tights in a play one time. A musical, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
A fashion statement.
I was a woodsman.
Mm.
and I
In a
carried an
miniskirt.
axe. Yeah, a woodsman in a miniskirt.
Okay.
Hello there.
Definitely a fashion statement.
Hello.
Hello there.
Well, if we were to do something with space, I need to do some anti-proton damage. Otherwise, I'm all fit.
Well, Picard 47 is looking to do Jupiter Space Run.
Yep, I'm all up for it.
I will join in if you need a fifth. Otherwise, let other people go.
My laptop's charging up for a little bit, so it'll be about 40 minutes before I can even consider getting involved again.
No worries. All right.
Like I said, invite others first.
Who's up for a little bit of a space run? I got Picard in here somewhere. I don't want.
My character name is Neytiri, by the way.
Okay. One invite down. And we have Lord Fail is now following. Welcome to the stream, Lord Fail.
Oh, Lord Vale, hi.
Up. I gotta turn my mic off.
Shoot. Okay.
And wow, Ver's actually online.
Yeah, Ver is online. Woo!
It's like the second time I've seen him online in the past week. It's been a
I
while.
put an X. I put an X in the chat if you're inviting.
I'm inviting. Invite to team. That is two members of the team. We have 2 more openings. 2 more openings.
Confederation or KDF?
Hey, I can always run this as.
And what are we doing? Jupiter?
Jupiter.
Yeah.
Jupiter Radis, if you want to do this on Brock, I can invite Brock and do this as a private.
Yeah, that's okay. Lord Fail says, I recently got sucked back into the game after a lengthy hiatus. Glad to see people still playing. Yep. Yippity yip yip yip. We sure are.
It seems like we never leave. I don't know.
Some of us don't.
I mean,
some of us don't have lives.
Some
honestly,
of us, Mom, live in this game. Mom.
Well, a lot of people have been sticking with the game for quite a long time.
Yeah.
I've been here since closed beta, save for some times I took off just to get my batteries recharged. I'm probably gonna be here for a while longer.
All right, I'm gonna have to step away for a second because maybe not.
Because
Doggo was at the door and was thinking she wanted food, but now she's laying down because she's gonna be patient until we're done. All right. Mom gets a team invite. We have one more opening.
Oh, there it is.
One more opening.
Hey, Lord Vale, depending on when you were here last, it has changed a bit.
Yeah.
But there's some good stuff out there.
Yeah.
Go ahead and send me an invite. I got enough
If it's been a few years, you're probably going to have to watch build videos on YouTube to figure out how all of this stuff changed, because they've been tinkering with powers a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. What worked a few years back won't work now.
Or if it's an old enough build, it may have fully cycled all the way around.
Everything old is new again.
Yeah, absolutely. The good thing is there's so many great videos out there from different people. Hey, speaking of great videos, if you are a live streamer and you're going to be at the Philadelphia Diversity and Inclusivity Convention, Frost and I and maybe DT are going to have 2 tables there. One for us doing the consortium, but we're going to have a table set up so other streamers can come in, sit down, talk about their stuff.
Interviews. I love it.
You've got a space.
Yep.
So there's going to be a consortium table and a visitor table?
Yep.
We can get
But if you guys need one more person, go ahead and send an invite my way.
I'm trying to place names here. Who am I inviting? Dante?
Jack. Me, Jack. Jessa.
I'm inviting you. We have a full team.
And the Terrans won't know what hit them.
This is going to get up.
No, they really won't.
Jupiter Radis, this is going to be
messy.
Ugly.
Yeah, you know, one thing that I'm actually really happy with is the results of taking the legendary Gal X and making a beam overload build out of it.
We will.
Hey, let's see how fast we can take the Rascava out.
Oh. Let's
get 5, 4.
I've done that before.
It lasts like 5 seconds when I normally go after them. This is gonna get.
Oracle Marquee.
I feel sorry for the frames right now.
This isn't over yet. Yes, it is.
I've always thought it was funny when she says this isn't over yet, and then the other guy says it right after her. It's like, dude, come up with something else, okay?
This isn't over. Yes, it is.
Yes, it very much is.
bad, about 4 seconds to 0.
If you're engaging the Terran fleet, you're crushing the Terran fleet.
I see a poor old cruiser over here off to his by himself. I'm about to go chase him. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
Yes. Oh.
He was lonely for a few seconds.
I guess I'll hang out over here at Gamma.
alright. Ram's got Alpha. I guess I will just do laps around, and if anything slips through, it will meet an untimely hasty end.
Hey, Terrence, can you make planets? I can.
Hey, Terrence, you see that big bright light? Oh wait, that was your warp Pokemon.
Yeah, don't mind Beta. Things are just getting a little weird over here, that's all.
Did you
Hey,
invert the
hey,
gravitational constant or something?
Well, I've been
No,
messing with something called Genesis.
It's Jupiter. There's another moon just coming out.
Exactly. And don't mind the rips in space-time. Happens all the time.
Go down the Tish happens all the time.
Time. We don't have time for time.
Time. We don't have time. No, I'm
Never
fine
mind.
over here. Yeah. But actually, the first contact quote there was, "We don't have time to talk about time."
It was argued about.
Go watch it and find out.
Yeah, it's Star Trek First Contact.
Yes. Well, First Contact mission will be up in a couple of weeks.
Couple
Oh
months.
yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it April?
I keep missing I always miss those because of my
Actually,
old
it's
job.
going to be a month. It's actually going to be a month, isn't that April 5th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rifts.
Yeah, we know the rifts are going to close themselves. I'm working on it.
Hey, Mom.
Yes.
You know, Shatner's going to be in your town soon.
Oh, is he? What's he doing here?
I gotta mute out for a minute, so.
Going to Fort Wayne, and then he's coming down to you.
Aha! I shall have to go see. Interesting.
That's right. He's visiting the reproduction of the original TOS set, isn't he?
I don't know. I heard him on the radio. They were saying it's going to show. What are they showing? The second movie, and then he comes out and jibber jabbers.
Ooh.
I just like to see the second movie in a theater.
Yeah, really.
You need to get those rifts under control.
It's the only way to see that movie sometimes.
We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching our
That's how we saw it the first time. The second time, probably the first 5 times was in the theater.
I watched American Psycho 2 the other day. Anyone familiar with that movie?
I've seen American Psycho, but not 2.
Well, Shatner's the bad guy in 2.
No.
Well, kinda. He's a womanizing professor. No, he's an FBI guy who sleeps with his students or something like that. It's so funny. He ends up getting killed, but it's fun just to watch that. Not a very good movie. But I was so surprised. I didn't look at the credits or anything.
I mean, it sounds entertaining.
Yeah, I just watched it, and then I heard his voice, and I was kind of getting cocky. Like, what? He's in this? And then I hated it.
Apparently he was in a series before TOS. Very short-lived series, considered one of the worst television shows ever made, called Alexander the Great.
Did you like what's back
Honestly,
door?
one of the most hilarious cop shows I ever saw was TJ Hooker.
Oh, it's so bad. They run it on FETV.
Are you
Yeah,
kidding
it's
me?
I like
chill.
TJ Hooker.
My ships make me invincible.
But
Give up already.
it's comically bad. It's so 80s.
Yeah. It was in that style of like a police comedy where you're like, you do of course realize that real police officers would be kicked off of the force permanently for doing this idiocy.
Yeah.
Back in a bit. Don't go anywhere, okay?
Well, that's just about any cop show nowadays too.
I don't know.
Honestly,
Watch
the only
Doctors
one
Who.
I can think of from back in the day that really tried to take itself seriously was Chips.
Really. So after Perry Mason is on FETV, so in other words, when I finally get around to watching TV at night, it's Emergency, which has got the most underwhelming acting I've ever seen.
Well done.
To the extent that the episode the other night had them performing heart surgery on a goat, and it was one of the most exciting things I've seen on the show ever.
But I wouldn't hold my breath.
Yeah, see, the thing with Chips is that even if the basic concept of it was extremely fictional, they took the being police officers part seriously.
And greetings, Queen Elizabeth, Your Majesty. Welcome to our humble show.
And their motorcycle posture was flawless.
That was
I mean,
that was brutal and painful.
the way I understand that there were actually some precincts that did use police officers mounted on motorcycles as patrol units.
Makes some
That-
sense.
It's not a ridiculous idea, just not a common one.
There's a few down here in Alabama that use police officers on on bikes and on patrol units, mainly around the Gulf Shores and all that to cover the beach areas.
Illinois State Police has some too, I've seen. Not very often, though.
All right, back to charging this thing up a little bit.
Yep. I'm debating right now whether I want to go play around with a Sovereign for some mission runs or whether I want to go see what I can build off this Intel Dreadnought. What do you folks think? Intel Dreadnought or Sovereign?
The Sovereign's a good ship.
Yeah, that was my
I'm
thought.
thinking Sovereign.
Okay.
It looks better.
Because not only that, there's so many darn builds out there for the Vengeance. I haven't seen many for the Sovereign. It doesn't get enough love.
True. And literally, I can do a lot of my current build over to the Sovereign without doing much. But I'm gonna
Now, this is the Legendary we're talking about, right?
Yes, this is the Legendary. I tried
Yeah.
I was going to use the Intel one at one point, but then I realized for an Intel ship, it doesn't have full Intel seating. Then I cried. It was upsetting.
Hey, I'm going to step away for a little bit. I will be back.
All right.
Yeah, the Intel Sovereign doesn't have full seating because I think it was one of the first Tier 6 ships to come out, and
It
they
was.
didn't have full seating back then.
Yep. It was.
Oh, I mean, there were some of the first Intel ships in the Delta Rising bundle that had full specs. It's just that was the selling point of those ships, and they weren't necessarily great without the full spec stuff.
True enough there.
I mean, I'm not saying that the Delta Rising Intel ships were bad. I have had a lot of fun with them over the years. It's just
One of my tunes,
supposed
made
to be
the
better.
Scryer.
Oh yes, Scryer does stupid stuff that most ships in the game just can't even think about.
Well, I'm going to use a lot of advanced phasers on this build. Because why not? I have them. I have them upgraded.
Exactly.
carry over my wide angle. I'll carry over my dark matter.
I just seen a video where they said those were the best in the game.
Yeah,
And
what?
Second, but the second best was like
crafted with penetration mod. Yeah, I've done those too.
Like shit, I got hundreds of those. Okay, I'll start using them.
Yep, one of Spencer's videos.
That was it. I've noticed since that video, there's a lot of Mark II phaser cannons and beams for sale that are not penned. So I guess everybody's trying it.
I've done them.
Yeah, it's like you have people opening lockboxes just so they can sell Mark II weapons out of the lockboxes.
No, you can't get pen from lockbox. You have to craft them.
You gotta craft it, yeah.
Oh well,
and it's a random chance if you'll get the pin.
Yeah, I mean here I have crafted pens on this galaxy here, so.
I bought a Mark 12 or Mark 15 Epic crafted pen for like 20 million. I thought that would be really cheap. I mean, there was other ones that were less that were not Epic. I wondered if the guy made a mistake or something, but I bought it and then waited around for a while to see if I get an email from him saying, "Hey."
I mean, if you're crafting weapons trying to get the pin modifier, crafting Mark II is actually a good idea, though, simply because of the fact that it's cheaper to make the weapons.
Sure, he did. I'm sure he did, but I was just looking for some Epic ones that were fully on the exchange. That was cheap.
Well, also it gives you a few extra
chances.
That
and the upgrade's a lot easier. All right, let's see here. Okay, we have a bunch of arrays sitting on a sovereign with a dark matter and a wide angle and a Terran beam, because Terran beam's just a beast.
Now, the crafting stuff that's actually like expensive to craft, an example of that would be 360 beam arrays, because you can't make Mark II versions of those. And it costs like purple components and stuff to build those.
Yeah, I've sat here and crafted armies for people, so.
Send me the ingredients and I'll put it together.
Exactly. Okay, we now have partially finished a sovereign. Now the question ends up being, do I want to keep the phaser lance on here? Do I want to do the 3-piece ultimate set? 3-piece ultimate might be tempting. Admittedly, that might be tempting. SROs are in place. Okay. So take this thing into space and get a trace set up. And then We're just gonna go start shooting stuff all over the place because we can.
Oh dear Lord.
Oh dear Lord, yep. Yeah, it's been a while since I rolled this ship out. Okay.
You know, one thing I'm disappointed is that while it's possible to accidentally disintegrate yourself in Fujiwara effect when you're flying along V'ger, you don't get an accolade for that.
Yeah, I think I only saw one accolade pop up throughout that whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody would really... Would you like an accolade for blowing yourself up?
I mean, they have in the past done things like jumping off a cliff to your death and giving you an accolade for that.
Or getting yourself assimilated.
That too.
To do it.
How did I never notice that Star Trek Online had suicide accolades?
Leap of Faith is one, but I'm not sure what.
I've done Leap of Faith.
And one of them you got from one of the old Borg TFOs.
Yep.
You got a little too close to the inner workings of the collective by becoming assimilated.
You have to actually go in there to do that, yeah.
Which assimilates you.
Well, maybe.
It kills you. It's... All right.
Come on, guys, I only need 10.
Oh yeah, something just occurred to me. There's an unresolved question in this mission about Sequor. Sequor has those glowing pylons that Ilea tells you that it's using to transmit radio waves. To where?
Well, you got to remember, Seeker is still basically Voyager, just made, instead of Voyager, Conqueror. The radio waves were basically supposedly transmitted back to Earth, but there was no one there to receive it anymore.
Yeah, the Voyager series were 1960s space probes.
70s, yes. Actually. But
70s.
But that was the thing with this, though, is that it's obviously designed to transmit to something, and Sequer is apparently currently still transmitting to somewhere.
She's calling the whales.
There be whales out here.
I thought it was supposed to be transmitting to Earth, and once it gained sentience, it stopped transmitting, but still had the transmitters?
Well, Sequer is still transmitting actively, using a level of power to transmit that is kind of ridiculous. Because, the antennas it's using to transmit are larger than your ship.
12th power.
Yeah, really.
Yep. Let's have the fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I am watching the original series, season 3, for the very first time. I've never been through it. I've watched the first episode 3 or 4 times and given up. I'm almost finished with it. What are you guys' thoughts on that season?
You can tell. You kind of tell they changed showrunners, the production values changed, stories.
Seems like they're phoning it in, but
they were. They kind of wanted it. The network kind of wanted it going at that point.
And a lot of the most famous stuff that I know from this thing was in that season that I didn't realize it was that season. The Tholians. I knew who they were.
Sora, thanks for the follow, by the way. I'm just kind of getting a ship set up here before a little bit of violence and mayhem. Guess I'll move both these over. All right. Now, who wants to go blow some stuff up in space?
I will.
Yeah, you can invite me if you like.
Give me some X's, guys, or I know.
That's me and the courier next to you.
Oops. There we go. Okay, let's see here.
What are we going to run?
I have no concerns about this. This is me messing around for builds. This is me messing around, throwing a bunch of advanced phasers, and kind of doing with, well, kind of technically, since I put 2 torps on here, kind of a semi-cannon sovereign build.
Okay.
Now, who else came on my list here for this one?
So does a beam overload build count as canon for Galaxy X?
No, really. The only thing we ever saw fire on the Galaxy S was the phaser lance. Though technically, I probably would count a cannon because if you look at Sacrifice of Angels, it kind of went through like it was doing a beam overload.
Well, there's also the fact that the Galaxy X is basically a retrofit of the Enterprise D, so I'd say in that respect, yes.
Yeah.
By the way, I just picked a massively bigger ship.
So what I saw.
Doing space, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a space.
I will like to.
Well, apparently I can't invite you. I cannot invite you. I've tried this twice. Okay.
Well, I switched guys now, so try.
There we go. All right. Anybody else want to join in? If not, yeah. Anybody else wish to join in on this? Because it probably do some. Maybe we'll just do some freaking Hive Onslaught on Advance. That'll be fun. Yes.
Hive Onslaught?
Yeah, I'm going to do some Hive Onslaught, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna go science then.
That's what I am. Is this the science build you were talking about?
Do what?
Whoever was talking earlier about their science build, I thought that was you.
Yeah, that was me. I switched to my cross-field refit.
I got one of those too, but mostly got for the traits, so I can go make my that immolating phaser lance, which is still on this ship.
The phaser lance is off of the Danos destroyer.
Yeah, but I have one on the ship. Apparently nobody wishes to join in. I guess we're gonna go. We're gonna pug this sucker.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm currently doing the compiler fight in Fujiwara effect.
And my laptop's recharging itself, so if,
No
like I
worries.
said, a little bit before I can
No
log
worries.
back in.
No worries. We'll run this again. This, like I said, this is literally just wee woo. This is literally
Wee
just me.
woo.
This is literally me just checking, dusting off an old ship, putting a few new toys on there, and seeing what we can do.
Yeah, it's basically going to be the same with me and my ambassador.
I mean, we were running 3 advanced phaser beams, 3-piece ultimate set for some firing haste, Terran, and a wide angle. Sometimes.
Oh, I got the map transfer bug.
And I should be able to jump at, try to log out, log back in. That might be able to fix it.
Or just do a normal warp out.
Which is what I normally do when I get the bug. This isn't the first time.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
So now there's going to be a lot of torps and mines and mines and torps flying around.
It's around. It's going to blast phasers. It's half the
Well,
fun.
that always sounds fun.
Yep.
I am perfection. I am born.
Things are melting.
Okay.
Including me, apparently. I've got 9% hull. I'm at 9% right now. And apparently during a cutscene I died.
Yeah. Pretty much
Sounds normal.
4 core explosions.
Hey, wait for me!
Apparently the crew melted and the debris didn't even make it out there. The debris didn't even despawn. I can't even...
This is not the end.
Meh, that just makes it more fun with the gravity well there. It looks like there's a quantum singularity pulling her in. Right?
Yep.
She's just falling apart at the seams, isn't she?
She fell apart.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
No, I will say, I am reminded now why I still love this ship. Besides the fact that it's so pretty.
It also looks pretty when it's firing beams all over the place.
Yes, it does. Big beams of death. Big beams of death.
So it looks pretty as a fire robot.
Okay,
but
the proc on the new Oblivion, there's a chance that the proc on the new Obliviating phasers, it's just a 2% chance, so it's not really a great thing on there. And I'm trying to remember what the proc was for the Obliviating phasers. But it's like the normal phaser. It's like the normal phaser point. I'd say 5%. It's well, it's like okay, it's 5%. I'm doing this off memory, guys.
I don't feel bad.
Yeah. I am going to say though, overall, I think that this thing seemed to be running a partial set of advanced phasers. This was a fun build. No, it doesn't. It's proc. Looking up. Just gives you the shield penetration, which is not bad. And yeah, Houston's right at it. I mean, I was playing with the advanced phasers at one point. I think the only reason I haven't used them on my inquiry was there's no dual beam bank for that. But tried it on the Sovereign. But the Obliviating phasers have a shield pen mod, which means it's going to cut through their shields like butter. 5% of the time. And the armor on their ship, so it'll do a big damage point, but it doesn't do it all that consistently, to be honest. Ideally, 1 in every 20 shots will do it. One shot. It lasts for 1 shot. Sora, it lasts for literally just 1 shot, so you're gonna have one. So you'll have so if you have 8 phasers on there going off, they'll pew pew pew, and 1 shot's just gonna tear through everything. Then the other ones are still just gonna go pew pew pew.
Doesn't sound that bad.
That depends on what your stacks are on that shot, really.
And which side of the weapons you are.
Yeah. But I mean, it's going to be on that phaser that makes that proc, so could do a lot, or it could do really, really tiny amounts. It's not. Exactly. It's not exactly going to give you a lot of choices.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. The video that was made comparing the phasers might actually have some surprising conclusions for those who think they know what the best phasers are.
Yeah. Yeah, the reason actually why that at one point, yeah, I mean, for example, I've used a lot of agony phasers, but the reason I used them was a damage over time effect.
Except that compared to half-tit phasers with pen, the agony ones are worse.
Well, the other point is I don't think it measures the DOT. The DOT is not in the base damage on there, but yeah.
No, there's one console that increases that, which probably wasn't on Spencer's build.
Right. Right, and then also because he had the same traits going through there, if you had temporal, your DOT, there's things that increase your DOT anyway there. But no, I was experimental points, which is why I had 3 advanced phasers epiced out.
He was doing it on the World Razor, which has temporal. So.
Yeah, but if he doesn't have temporal as his specialization, that bonus doesn't matter anyway.
Well, there is that one console that increases the dots. Tactical one.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure he didn't have that on any of the builds, which that really counts for the agony phaser.
Yep.
Yeah, there's consoles and all that stuff that will buff up the agony phasers procs heavily.
Yep.
And traits too.
Yep.
Because if you're using agony phasers, you got to basically build for it to make it work properly.
Right.
Speculary Torment Engine is one of those things they added to the game, and I'm like, did they really expect people not to abuse the crap out of this?
That's why they got it.
Yep.
It combined with the 2 piece of the temporal set can make your DOT stuff last a good long time and do some good bit of damage.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Especially when you're using torpedoes that have a guaranteed damage over time effect.
The particle emission torpedo comes to mind, a gravimetric.
Almost every kind of plasma torpedo known to man.
Exactly.
So what are we doing next?
Yeah, I'm remodeling these phases a little bit for what I do. And anything anybody wants, because I'm just doing stuff for fun now. And hey, I literally brought out an old ship for this, with some new toys on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I do have some crafted phases with pen mods. I probably should make some more down the road. Because I have the 10th anniversary, I do have access to, of course, those advanced phasers. And when I do all this, I realize one thing. Lord, I spent way too much money on this game.
You and me both, DT. You and me both.
Yep.
I mean, if you were to add up everything I've spent in the 12 years I've been playing, yikes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, me too.
$30 here, $40 there, legendaries here, legendaries there.
Let's see. The Odyssey 3-pack when it first dropped, the Vesta 3-pack when it first dropped, 10th anniversary, 11th anniversary, 12th anniversary, all the keys I bought.
The legendary Romulan pack, the legendary
the legendary Kalian, the
legendary Discovery pack, the legendary whatever.
The Cardassian ship 3-pack.
Yeah.
Well, 4-pack, as it gives you the Galer, which gives you access to the spiral disruptors.
Right. Yep.
And then that's not counting all the ships we bought at the same time.
Yep. I mean, it's
a
shorter list of ships. There's a shorter list of ships I don't have compared to ships I do have in Tier 6.
That set of Cardassian ships from Victory is Life is just really good in general.
And then of course
that's why I bought them.
And then of course there's the mud stuff too, which, gee, Damiel's Pilot Destroyer account unlock, Delkina account unlock.
Yeah, those are a good deal.
Yeah. That's the reason why I did those. Good deals on them. The Section 31s for account unlocks. The Sona Intel battle cruiser, which part of your great torp builds come out of there, and then of course the other one, which was the Klingon battleship for that ceaseless momentum.
Yep.
Hey GSQ, how you doing today? And Megla.
So yeah, I think if me and you actually sat down and figured out how much we've burnt into this game, all of us, we'd probably be able to afford basically, I don't know, our own jetliner or something or close to it.
Yeah, probably could afford a double booth at one of the big conventions with power and everything else.
Yeah. Or in my case, I could have been able to buy that classic car I've been looking at for years now.
Yep. Megla, they do it a couple times a year. You just kind of get relax, hang back. It'll happen.
What's up?
Megala's going. I wish they do another Mud 75% off bundle. Usually the big bundle. It's when Muds drops a big item that they'll do the big price drops on Mud's market.
They also have done it during Christmas and also the anniversary.
Yeah. And usually, if I do the Muds bundles, I will get it in that first few days when they have that big 75% off on those. So, only way to do it.
Smartest way to do it.
Yep. Exactly. But yeah, a lot of account unlocked ships I put in there. Like for example, I got the Kelvin timeline the Kelvin Intel Dreadnought, which I will fly on somebody at some point.
Yeah, I put a build on mine. I have yet to even fire it. I basically run a surgical strikes on it.
Yep, I did a torp build using the.
All I know is that I don't know how well it would stack up in some things, but all I know is I took it into a battle zone and it was cutting right through the Undine ships with 1 or 2 salvos.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds good.
I do have to, like I said, and the little screw around I did with this. There's a World Razor behind me. The CSS Optimus Prime. But I have a question. I know this person's not watching, this Saitama person, but shouldn't that, if you're in the Coalition, shouldn't it be Nemesis Prime?
It should be. Unless it's the Shattered Glass Optimus.
True. Or maybe it should be Megatron.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. With all those guns, it's got to be either Megatron or Galvatron.
Right.
What about the Fallen?
Possible.
Oh wait, Starscream. Can't forget about Starscream.
Yeah. Though I will say I will say one thing to everybody. I've said this joke before. I will say it again. If you meet a giant robot and it sounds like Leonard Nimoy, run.
I think that's safe to say with all of them. Because look at the ones he's played over the years.
Yeah.
Galvatron.
And
Sentinel Prime.
Yep.
Yeah.
If it sounds like Nimoy, it's like I don't care if he goes about logic or whatever else. Run away, hide.
I don't care if he's wearing the Autobot symbol or he's one of the original 13. I'm not in that neighborhood.
Yep.
Who did the voice for Tidal Wave?
I have to look that up. Beast Wars, wasn't
it? Tidal Wave.
I thought it was a Transformers Armada.
It was Armada. Armada and Cybertron had Tidal Wave in it.
Okay. Let's see.
Tidal Wave was the Decepticon who was so big that Optimus came up to like his knee or something stupid like that.
Doug Parker.
Yeah, he was like 3 vehicles that could combine into. He was like 3 separate vehicles that could combine into one and then transform from there.
Doug Parker.
I know that name from somewhere.
Let's see. Voicing Tidal Wave, Pterosaur, Prince Adam. Apparently did something in Masters of the Universe as Prince Adam.
I think he was probably did not the reboot, the Kevin Smith reboot, but the previous version of Masters of the Universe that was on Cartoon Network.
Apparently he was in Conan the Adventurer.
That's probably where, because I watched that show also.
New Adventures of He-Man was where he did it.
Yep.
So it wasn't even the reboot. It was the weird continuation in the future.
It was the science fiction one.
Yeah.
Starship Eternia.
The internet. And apparently he did some voices in Dragon Ball Z.
I mean, the Dragon Ball Z has so many voices in it.
Yeah, we're talking the original Dragon Ball Z stuff, so.
Oh, well.
He voiced the dragon.
Shenron.
No, Icarus.
Yep.
The baby dragon.
Oh. The other dragon.
Yeah, the other dragon.
The less cool dragon.
Yeah. The cute dragon.
Although, as an interesting point of fact, they actually had different voice actors for Purunga and Shenron, despite the fact that both of them were, being summoned by the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
So I guess it's because they're like kind of sort of different people or something.
So, who wants to blow something else up, and any requests?
I'm in for whatever.
I am too.
And I'm now in the USS Venator over here. The Viridian.
Yep, I see you right there. You get a team invite.
Logging back in right now. Logging back in now.
All right.
Love this laptop, but it's not made for gaming.
Yeah, I got the laptop in the other room doing updates and stuff like that, just because I didn't. I don't run it often enough, to be honest, but we'll run the game.
Well, this one here is good. Got a good, strong graphics card. It's just that when you start running it, the battery goes from 100% to 30 in like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on a laptop too myself, but the difference for me is I keep it plugged in all the time because
yeah, same here.
For the longest time, a laptop is all I have.
Well, with me, I'm up here. With me, I'm up here at my job, so I'm having to hook to a capacitor in my car so I can keep it charged up. But my car's got to be running.
You might want to look at. There are replacement batteries that might help.
So, yeah, if you use your laptop like a desktop, take the battery out.
A lot of them won't run without a battery, Musin.
That's not so easy for me because mine is a 2020 model and the battery is not so easily removable.
Yeah. Plus, there's a circuit in them usually, and they won't run without a battery. I've tried that one before.
All right, back on.
All right.
Let's try this new little chip out.
Yeah. Now, if you're looking at the 2010s laptops, you might have a chance of removing the battery and just running on the power circuits, the wall outlet. But the more recent models, you can't take the battery out without taking it to a specialized repair shop.
Well, so certain models that I used in the past would work as long as they were plugged into the wall, even if the battery was stone dead.
Yeah, but
exactly.
But
it just needed to have.
But even if the battery's stone dead, the circuit's completed there. That's why.
Yeah, but it had to physically have the battery there to complete the circuit.
Exactly.
You know, one thing I realized the first time I did Fujiwara effect is something that I've been pondering for a while is you know that pink orb that Ilea has on her neck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the sensor.
It's there to indicate that she is an artificial life form created by V'ger, right?
Yes.
Why does Wesley have one?
Because he merged.
So I guess it means that the real Wesley is dead now, and that the only thing that's left is a simulation created by Sequor.
Or the fact that he merged with what he made a probe and merged with it because he just got bored.
Hi, DT.
But
Hey,
it's like
GSQ, how you doing?
The person we fight at the end of Fujiwara Effect has the pink orb. So does that mean that we're not actually fighting the real Emperor Crusher?
If so, his mommy really wanted to save him a lot. You want to join us for a little run, GSQ?
Technically, that is correct. He isn't the real Crusher anymore because he's been digitized and reconstructed as, well, basically the same kind of artificial entity Ilea is, which came down to a bio-android.
To a degree, yeah. Yeah, if nobody else wants to join in, I'm good. I figure we can do a little bit of, how about a little infected advanced run? Might even do it
Sounds
as
good to me.
Might as well do it as a private, as a 3-man.
This is gonna be fun.
We will do a 3-person infected run.
Let me switch out to my other ship.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch too. This is not the most maneuverable thing to run in a infected run.
Yeah, I've done it enough times.
Well, not just that. My Farragut Cytorp, it's got a lot of AoEs, which we're going to need for some of those sections.
Yeah.
All right, now we're ready.
All right.
This thing's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, not for them. Infected, advanced. 3-person team because we're crazy. Hopefully. And
yeah,
here we.
Everything going to die.
Yep. And we're warping. And we're warping here.
I got to do it. I got the map transfer bug, but I'm warping out.
No problem. It's a private, so we can make this work.
This is going to get brutal.
I think we'll do okay. Be brutal for them.
Oh, yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine. It's like, we have 100 starships. We have cubes. We don't care.
That's fine.
Fourth Landwalker, thank you guys for the raid. We're about to do a 3-person ISA. Because
you're about to say ISE, weren't you?
I was about to say ISE.
If we could do a 3-person ISE, that would be glorious.
It would be. Could be done, I'm sure.
I'm sorry, but no, sorry. Excuse me, coming through.
We broke their little ships.
Is everybody dead now? Okay, good, excellent.
Good. All right.
The Netite probes can repair the trench. Stop that.
You might not want to get close to me. I just dropped some torpedoes.
Just spraying cannons everywhere.
I just dropped a planet on the place. Whoops.
You're not supposed to drop a planet.
I had to do something. They were in my way.
Why didn't you drop a moon?
Yeah,
Didn't think about that. Whoop.
Or maybe an asteroid.
Asteroids are so passe.
They're not going to use a space station.
Oops, we broke the latest station.
All the Borg probes are pretty much gone. Get the rest of them now. Orbs out.
Oops. They go boom.
And mission
Sensors confirm that the transport
That was
convoy
beyond
will
over.
be
That was for Wolf. That was for
However,
Wolf
our
359. You cybernetic pains in the butt.
We will need to send an away
Hey, I
team
resemble
there to
that
look for
part.
survivors.
That was yours. Oh, okay.
We broke
Sorry.
their little ships. We broke their little ships. They left a bunch of space junk out here for us.
Dear Starfleet Command, what do you mean the Borg are a threat?
Technically, we just technically took what would effectively be about a 20-year-old starship and blew them up. Yeah, 40
Speak for yourself. My ship's at least a century old.
Yeah, mine's probably, let's see, 20 years Picard.
40 years old.
Mine's probably at least 30 years old at this point.
Well, let's see. The Sovereign class came out about the time of first contact, a little before.
Yep.
We know the game takes place 40 years after Nemesis, so the design is probably 43 to 44 years old.
That'd be about 50 actually, but yeah.
Yep.
40 for the refit, which brought the phasers on there out Nemesis. So yeah, we are flying, but it's still. This and the Connie refit are probably two of my favorite designs, to be honest.
With me, Connie refit, and for some reason I have a soft spot for the Probert version of the Ambassador.
Well, that's a beautiful ship too.
And I like the Illustrious, the Parliament also.
Galaxy, initially I did not like it, but it did grow on me by the end of the TNG. To the point I was sad when it blew up in Generations.
When it blew up in Generations, I was expecting them to do some sort of a temporal do-over and undo the destruction of the ship. But no, they undo the destruction of the planet after the ship got wrecked.
Yep.
They could have done so much better with that movie.
But I mean, do you want me to say something that is going to just ruin people's brains?
Go right ahead.
You realize Saran died like Wile E. Coyote. A freaking missile blew up on the launch pad. The big bad of the movie went out like Wile E. freaking Coyote. You almost expect to see him to pull out a sign and go, "Oh no."
Well, DT, he kind of did.
You do know why they destroyed
there's that
the
moment right
Enterprise
before it
D,
explodes.
right?
where he's frantically tapping at that data pad he's holding.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no!
You do know why they destroyed the Enterprise D in that movie, right?
Yeah.
It's because the shape of the ship didn't match the screen resolution for movies, and to make a better screen filling shot, they
Actually,
needed a elongated ship rather than the square look.
oh, there's actually when they stored the 6-foot model that was built for the series and used in the film. They actually relabeled it to the Enterprise E because they thought it was going to be brought back.
They basically were trying to do more CG in the movies than they were in the show, which used the model. But
Well, even
The
in,
actual reason we got a sovereign is because of the widescreen in the movies, and that's why they destroyed the D.
yeah, they didn't actually design anything until First Contact for the E, but as far as the D goes, it was actually more movie plot at that point because they actually were thinking they were going to do like the Enterprise A and bring back the same class of ship.
One of the most amusing tidbits from Voyager is that the whole warship Voyager thing is something that the studio probably wouldn't have let them do if they'd actually had to modify a physical model to do that. I mean, it's something you could do. It's just extremely expensive, at least compared to having the CGI people add a few extra flashy bits to the ship.
True. But at the end of Generations, I'm putting this up into the. I'm putting this up into the Twitch chat. They did actually relabel the Enterprise D model as the Enterprise E.
You want another fun fact?
Sure. We're all about fun facts.
The Enterprise E that appeared in First Contact was the first model that was only CGI.
No, actually, there was a physical model for First Contact.
Really?
Really?
I thought they only ever made that in CGI.
Nope. That was actually one of the last physical models they did.
So then I got that confused then.
Yeah. But the Akira was all CG. Actually, pretty much every other ship in there, I'm not sure about the Cube, but pretty much every other ship in there was CG.
I still want to see the Millennium Falcon in game.
Yeah. Technically, we should have a Millennium Falcon. We should have an R2D2.
Well, no, what it was is I think Thomas actually made a Star Trek version of the Falcon, and it looks pretty dang nice.
You do realize we'll only get R2D2 if we travel to the Kelvin universe, right?
We have already.
Yeah, we've traveled to the
but
Kelvin
we didn't
universe.
stay there.
And by the
sure R2 gets to stay there.
And from ILM, there's a picture of the Enterprise E physical model. It's real. It's big.
That is a lot of physical model. That is for sure.
Yep. Well, they build those things at least 6 feet long, at least.
I mean, the level of detail that they want for beauty shots, you really, really need to put up. lot of work into the model.
Yeah. They're doing work on it right there, so.
And you can't do that with a 6-inch model.
Nope. Okay, I need to take a break for about a minute here. I gotta get the dog fed and I gotta get something else to drink here. So I will be right back. Then we will go, well, we can go blow up Kittimer. We can go blow up Kittimer or something next. Does that sound fun?
For me.
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, it'll finish off one of my endeavors. So
yeah, that'll work.
Oh, which one?
Complete 3 Borg TFOs.
So I shall be right back, and we will be continuing. So after these messages, we'll be right back. Except there are no messages right now. There's only Zool. Enjoy, folks. Be right back. And welcome back to the Galaxy Revenge Tour, where we go punish the Borg in many systems for what they've done to. This is for Wolf 359.
Wolf 359 or Sector 001?
Both.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
both.
I mean, they did pull the time travel card, so.
I know. More than once, really, if you think about it.
Let's go in some Borg.
All right.
Actually, if you're not talking about the game, I think they only did that once. Because if you're talking about what happened in Star Trek Enterprise, that was a leftover from First Contact.
It's not technically they did the Borg. There was Borg time travel involved in Picard. Technically, mind you, Picard was the one doing it.
Oh, I did not know that because I have not been up to date on Star Trek Picard.
Sorry, it's been a year. Season 3 is about to start. Spoiler alert! Sorry, folks.
Picard's plot is kind of convoluted, and I'm not entirely sure that people who wrote it actually understand it.
Convoluted is a understatement.
Yeah. Okay, who else wants to join in for our little revenge tour? Obviously, Jack. Invite the team. Anybody else wants to join in for our little? This is for all the people that you've assimilated. Which makes a strange point. If it takes so long to get back to, if everybody who was at Wolf 359, bear with me here. Here's a question to think about. There was only one cube that went to Wolf 359, correct?
Yes.
And that cube blew up in orbit around Earth, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then how did Chakotay meet somebody in the Delta Quadrant who came from Wolf 359 and was Starfleet?
That's a good question.
Very, very careful. This is something I've actually pondered quite a bit over the years. And one thing we don't know is what the cube was doing while it was pasting the Federation fleet. It's possible it sent samples of the Federation fleet back to the Borg via transwarp conduit.
Via
That's a possibility right there.
Don't we get the answer to that in Picard?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, because like
They do have
technically the
they do have a transwarp beaming sort of thing, but I don't think it
yeah,
has that. But it
and
doesn't seem
I
to have that much of a range.
no, but I'd like to remind you that the queen was present while Picard was assimilated to become Locutus, meaning she was on that cube.
Yeah,
She
but
survived.
Well,
she seems to transfer her intelligence.
well, what I was thinking of was the
Yeah.
Borg equivalent of a shuttlecraft, because we have seen cubes launch smaller Borg craft on occasion. So maybe
Well,
it did that.
Anyway,
well, there's also the fact that Picard, talking to the Queen, he said that she was always there. Now that doesn't mean physically necessarily.
and you're thinking so three-dimensionally.
No, but you also see the flashbacks of her physically being there.
True.
All right.
Anyway, who wants to
This
join?
final run.
Who wants to join in for this? I mean, we don't really need help, but if anybody wants to join in, do a little bit of a board blowing up, let us know. It'll be fun.
Yeah, decided for this little run to bring back an old friend.
Why do you bring him back for this one? Oh, it looks like the Intel Dreadnought. Or the Intel ship,
Nope.
I should say. The Intel Cruiser.
Nope.
No.
The Sagan torpedo boat.
Ah. I see. I really want to get a Sagan. I do. Of course, if I do...
I have a Sagan.
Ooh, nice.
But I decided to go with my battle cruiser over here.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm still flying Old Faithful here. You know, we're just going to private and do this Kittimer by ourselves if nobody wants to join in.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I've done Kittimer with 2 people, so.
Fair warning though, I will have my supermassive targeting block on.
I'm not worried about it. You know me, I just...
Well, I mention this because some players are not accustomed to tab targeting. And when I have my swarm out, people can't click through me.
That's alright, I'll split off and nail one side off.
That's what I was going to do. Hit one. All 3 of us hit one side and just annihilate everything.
Well, one of us has got it's Kittimer, so we got the split point, so I mean I can take a side by myself usually, so you guys will beat me because you outnumber me, but it'll be fun. Ready?
Yep.
Punch it.
Here we go. Punching.
Map transfer bug.
Again.
Yep.
Well, it was me last time.
I haven't gotten that one in a long time, and I'm not worried about it.
There are 2
Hey, don't jinx it.
transwarp conduits in this system, along with a stable spatial rift, which is emitting chronoton particles. There are 2 active Borg transwarps.
Mine.
Mines and torps and torps and mines and mines and torps.
Okay, you guys.
That's for me.
I'll break right after we kill after the attack cube goes down.
Okay. I guess me and Night Fury will stay on the left and just hammer it and tear it down.
Yep. By the way, with 2 torp boats and mine layers over here, we might despawn a few things.
Yeah, we need to be careful.
Yeah. Gotta be careful about that.
I'm counting what? How many mines on the board now?
Too many. Yeah, you just despawned the attack cube. I think you guys might have gone a little too far. And there went the gateways.
I did not see that cube until I was on top of it.
Same here.
I'm sorry. Actually, I'm really not beside the point.
My dog's going a little crazy too. Get me out of here.
Hi, Mr. Borg. Bye, Mr. Borg.
And thank
I got
you,
him.
and thank you, Caleb Lorox, for the follow.
Alright, probes are gone.
What side's doing here about it? Winston?
I'm sorry, what?
One side's.
I think I joined your side.
Right.
After I was done with the probes, I think I came to your side.
I bet I get stuck in
Alright.
places.
Nope, that's a Sagan. Okay, never mind. I get turned around so easily in here. Where's the time vortex? There it is.
Yeah, let's see where. I don't know if I can get to him in time. Can you get him? You got him.
And I see more incoming. I'll take care of them.
I just finished off the
I'm almost done this side.
whatchamacallit.
The gateway?
Yeah, gateway's gone.
This one's halfway down.
Bye bye, Mr. Boy. Bye bye.
Hi, Gateway.
That's okay. I took care of some probes.
Same here.
Overall, this thing good.
Keep an eye on that
Hello.
temporal vortex because
Hello,
of some
Oh, look, my torpedoes are firing at her still.
we got some probes. We got some probes being queued.
It's always been hilarious throwing out
Oh,
having to follow Nukara while she's
well, the fact is, I also got the 3-piece on the Discovery stuff, so I have torpedoes firing at her at the same time.
Bye, Denatra.
Bye-bye, Felicia. Shouldn't have been assimilated.
well, you that's one of those things that I've always found to be weird. It's like, wait a second.
And that was incredible violence. And I warped out through the time vortex. Boy, I think I just messed.
Great, you're about to be inflicted on time itself.
Yes. Actually, overall, I gotta say this build's been a little bit. It isn't gonna.
Maybe you're the reason the timeline didn't change.
Maybe so. I'm gonna have to step away.
I'm gonna go and call it because it's getting close to my cutoff, my quit-in time. All right.
Yeah, I think it's about time I go see who we got to raid tonight. Because it is one of those times. As the dog's starting to go barky because she wants to go out. And let's see here. Okay. I think I found something here. We're going to raid Medic 357. I do want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. I gotta remember how to do this. We're going to raid Medic 357. Looks like he's on PC, doing the whole thing. Got 4 people watching, so give him a follow. and enjoy. And thank you, Megla. I want to thank everybody for rating. I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight. I want to thank everybody for tuning in as we did our little Borg blasting tour. That was actually fun. The only thing we missed was actually doing the Cure.
Oh,
that would have been no problem for us either.
Yeah, that would have been a problem for us either. It's like, oh look, Borg ships. Oh look, Borg vapor. Anyway, raid is going. I do want to thank everybody again. Like I said, enjoy. Have a good one. And Mom should be on in the morning, and then we'll be on in the afternoon tomorrow. So, like I said, enjoy and have a good one. Good night.
Good
Bye
night.
bye. See you guys later, okay?
All right. That was actually fun.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to do that again.
Yeah.
Just get a team together and just do a
another
wild and woolly tour.
Pick out a random ship like tonight and just, okay, what should we build up? We're building this up? All right, let's go have some fun.
I definitely need to finish my ambassador rebuild.
I'll help you where I can. I've done tanks before.
I need to build too.
Is there a post on the? Is there something on the? Yeah, there's a build off in the Discord. I'll drop it in there. What I've got so far, and we can figure it out.
Yeah, I will pull up my. I haven't done much with the ambassador, but I do tend to cross-reference to the Odyssey I run for my tank, and we'll get it figured out from there.
All right. See you guys later.
All right.
Yep. I'm off too.
All right. Doggy wants to go out. I'll be right. I go let the doggy on. I better hit end stream. Good night, everyone.